Hello folks, and welcome to another video. I hope this one finds you well. Thought I'd give you a break from the Learjet videos. I can't stop flying the thing though. I'm giving myself a bit of space away from the Learjet and flying a different type of jet. A smaller jet, a more modern jet. I'd argue a cuter jet. King and I are back in the Cirrus jet. The Cirrus Vision G2. We're yellowing it. It's been updated recently. Thought that was a good enough reason as any to reacquaint myself with the aeroplane. We're in a beautiful part of the world. A country that, well, may have featured once or twice here on the channel. Let me show you the flight plan. And today's flight has us back down under, the land of the long white cloud, the place they called Aotearoa, South Island of New Zealand to be precise, folks. We begin our journey in a little place just down the road from Dunedin. We're in Taieri this fine day, and we've got a shortish flight across some hills here, and then sort of going to be tracking and following the contours of Lake Wakatipu near Queenstown. Our destination, sort of around the corner and up the road from Queenstown. There's Queenstown there, famous Queenstown, and not as famous, but I think worthy of a visit, a little place called Glenorchy. Flight time of about 30 minutes here in the Cirrus jet, so it's not going to be a long flight. It won't be a long video, folks. En route, we'll have a look at what the update, I think it's 2.3.4, has brought to the aeroplane. There'll be a departure segment, a cruise, an approach. I'll probably say something inappropriate. I'll probably speak incoherently. Par for the course here on the channel, you know what to expect. Let's go flying. Lined up runway 23 here in Taieri. And if you're thinking to yourself, geez, that runway looks pretty short, old mate. It is short. Doesn't just look it. I think it's about 600 odd metres. Is that long enough for a Cirrus jet? I have no idea. We're about to find out, folks. That's how we roll here on the channel. Have faith. It does require a fair dose of faith to enjoy my videos. You also need to suspend your disbelief and perhaps depart from the hotel reality for a little while as well. But you know what you get here. I'm just going to zoom out the display. So we've got a right hand turn which will take us to Roxburgh. November Zulu Romeo X-ray. How do I get this? I don't need traffic. What am I doing with that? If I go MFD and go full, there we go. Now we've got a bit of weather off the coast. Looks like we're pretty good en route though. We're going to plan a VFR trip at 8.5, so we're going to be screaming along. Little Cirrus jet. Of course, it prefers to go higher, but I prefer to fly this thing down low because the visibility out of this VC is fantastic. Really, really nice. And yeah, this is a nice aeroplane. One of the better sort of GA releases for the Microsoft Sim, as far as I'm concerned. We're getting more and more come through. There's been a diamond of some sort just been released. More to come. But anyway, folks, let's go flying, hey? So, flap set gear, of course gear set, worth checking. Trim set, I think landing lights are on. Let's do it, hey? We might just hold the brakes. This is a short strip. Let's bring some juices in. And FADEC will kick in. Bring full juices in, away we go. Righto, let's try and keep this thing straight. Airspeed should be coming alive momentarily. There it is. A bit of a breeze here by the looks of it. Carrying a fair bit of right boot here. Rotating about 90. Oh, no problem at all with runway length. There's 90, away we go. she wants to go. Beautiful. Up into the bars, gear up, and we're away. How easy is that? Beautiful. We say farewell to the residents of Taieri. There's a shout out in the comments if you hail from this part of NZ. Love to hear from you. Never got to Taieri IRL. Actually, never got to Dunedin either. I'll say there's still time for me, but actually there's probably not. So I have to live vicariously through others. Continuing to accelerate. Come back on that juices back into the green. 165 is what the FMS wants to do in terms of speed. Big bumps there. What's our breeze? 20 knots. Southwesterly at 20 knots. So it'll be a slow trip across. 165, a right hand turn out towards our first waypoint. Try and hold 165. Got it. Oh, getting thrown around here a little bit. More than a little bit. Holy moly. Rough and ready. Alright, maintaining our airspeed pretty well. Pleased with that. Climbing well, almost 3,000 feet a minute. King and I. Righto, so we might get Georgie to do some flying for us. We'll head IAS mode. It should pitch us down a little bit, Georgie. Thanks, champ. Level out. Now, I want to go direct Roxburgh. So, this one, direct, activate, and nav. We're going direct there. We've got IAS 165. We're good. Heading should be sync, because that's what real pilots do. I like to press the sync button. We're away up through 5. It'll allow us to take an external for you folks. There we go. Beautiful day. We say farewell to the residents of Taieri and the greater Dunedin region. We'll see you in the cruise. We're getting yawed a bit here, aren't we? Is that a word? To be yawed? We're yawing. We're rolling as well. We're pitching as well. We're in 3 dimensions, folks. Hey, we get everything here on the channel. Now in 3D. We'll see you in the cruise. We'll have a look at what the update has brought to the aircraft. Right, settled nice in the cruise, 8.5, doing 250 indicated, covering the ground at 281. This is decent. We've got a strong, very consistent southerly breeze of 20 knots here at this altitude. We're coming up to a little place called Roxburgh. 15 miles from there, about 3 minutes away, according to the wonderfully clear and situationally aware avionics get-up that is here in the Cirrus Jet, the G3000 thing. Bloody beautiful. And I'm not a fan of the glass, but I'll tell you what, I like this setup. As I mentioned earlier, and as I'm sure you have seen in 65,000 different YouTube videos already, the visibility out of the little Cirrus Jet is sensational. This makes it a very, very nice VFR tourer for mine, and that's how I tend to use it. So, without further ado, folks, let's have a look at what the update to the aircraft has brought. Alright, so here is the changelog, copy and pasted from Discord and put over here in Microsoft Word for your viewing pleasure, complete with all of the underlines, blue and red things, whatever they're called. I'm sure there's a technical term, but I don't know how to use Word. Hell, I can barely say Word, let alone operate this bit of software. Changelog for 2.3.4, so improved nose gear steering during takeoff. Some users may need to readjust their sensitivity. Well, yeah, if you're on this channel, you probably need to readjust your sensitivity in a different way. I didn't readjust anything. Improved nose gear steering during takeoff. I'll have to take your word for it. I didn't notice. Was it bad in previous release? I can't remember. Anyway, it's good that they've improved it. It is an issue in a lot of aircraft, that whole, keeping things, tidy on the runway during takeoff. It's a bit weird sometimes here in the sim. Fixed MFS gear speeds overriding flaps. I don't know. OBS now working in FMS mode. That's good. Fixed predicted flight times. Oh, that's handy. I'd appreciate that. Fixed side views snapping back to centre position. Okay, haven't noticed that. Added male and female voices for all orals. Okay. I'm not sure. Is that selectable now, I'm guessing? You just had to put up with Betty or George in the past. Now you can have either Betty or George, I guess. Added traffic minimum stall voice alerts. Oh, that's nice. Corrected checklist and initialization. That's how you say that word. Icons. Checklist. Yeah. Oh, look. Complete with the typo, folks. You get it raw here on the channel. Fixed GPU sometimes spawning on ground when starting on runway. Oh yeah. Okay. Improved functional environmental controls. Fixed the Arave Ginza texture. Added the wig-wag lights. The wig-wag lights. Enabled at 500 AGL and landing gear up. Fixed the PFD status to info ISA temp reading showing incorrect value. Smooth AP engagement. Oh, it's pretty smooth. And drastically reduced environmental impact on aircraft during takeoff landing roll. Oh, we'll see what it's like during the landing. As I said, I didn't really notice much in the way of change in the takeoff, but that's due to a number of factors, including my unfamiliarity with the aeroplane. That's the Changelog 2.3.4. You can get it. There'll be a link in the description, folks. And check out their Discord. They're quite active, the developers over there, and they have some useful information for you. We'll next see you for an approach into... Where are we going? Glenorchy. Alright, Lake Wakatipu underneath us, folks. Queenstown in the distance. City of Queenstown down here, and the airport over here. Lovely day. The weather's held up nicely for us. Decent southerly breeze. The aircrafts perform really well, performance-wise. Sim performance-wise, haven't noticed anything unusual. Plenty of stutters and pauses, and the usual array of annoyances. But nothing unusual here with the aircraft. It's been thrown around a fair bit. It's a lighty, it's a little baby, so it probably is susceptible to a little bit of turb, but yeah, have a left-hand turn, Georgie. Hopefully you'll keep us kind of in the middle of the blue. There's Queenstown Airport down there. Beautiful. Might be time to start thinking about a descent. Oh, soonish. We've been burning some gas here, 102 gallons an hour. I think I'm not paying for the bloody juice. We've been getting along at about 280 ground speed most of the way. We'll take another external just so that I can have a bit of a gander down at Queenstown. I've been here for a little bit. I don't remember the last video where I took off and landed in Queenstown. This is probably where someone chimed in and says, "It was 4 videos ago, dumbass. Can't you remember anything?" And the answer to that question is, I don't remember much. People comment on videos that I made a while ago. I have absolutely no memory of making them. So if you ask a question about that video or anything that's featured in it, I actually have to watch the thing again to try and answer the question. That's a nice shot there, isn't it? It happens, the golf course, the town. Here we go. Glenorchy's sort of around the corner here. Over here a bit. We'll commence the descent. We'll see you for the concluding stages, folks. Alright, concluding stages, folks. Down through 3.5, slightly high this time. Have faith. We'll get there, down to 140 knots. Someone got a little creative on the nav display here. I plugged in a visual approach and didn't really check what that would do to our planned route. So I had a little bit of work to do as we turned the corner in terms of reducing our altitude and getting down. The strip is 12 o'clock position, sort of right here, folks. This one here, grass strip here at Glenorchy. Can't get down here enough. Actually, I own the Glenorchy FBO in the FS economy world. My only FBO here on the South Island. I don't get down here very often. But good, always good fun approach. The wind has dropped off. Westerly now at 5 knots. Well, I'll think about some flap. We might think about some gear as well. There we go. 3 miles to run. Job almost done, down to 120 knots. The breeze, yeah, holding up, actually reducing. If we get closer to the ground, that's how we like it. 115 knots, we'll take full flap. Pull ourselves configured. We've got 3 greens, we've got flaps set. Our fingers are crossed. Our sphincters are tightening. Takes a while when you get to my age. And we don't need to worry about arming those bloody spoilers like we do in the Learjet. Thanks for your support, folks, of the Lear videos. I'll try and refrain from making every video a Lear video, but I do appreciate the support. I hope that you've enjoyed them. Alright, down to 110 now. I'm going to slow us down a little bit further, fella. I'm right off that juicies. It's a light quartering tailwind for our touchdown by the looks of it. There we go, we're slowing down. Lovely aeroplane to fly, this one. Your dampers come off, thank you. There's 90 knots. You can make a decent fist of this touchdown. You've got to get it on pretty early. Flare it a little bit, fella, not too much. And no reverse to worry about, but we've got to go hard on the brakes. Now that's kept itself fairly well centered on the, you know, the imaginary center line of the runway here. It wasn't too bad. Yeah, I'm probably not the right person to comment on whether the change to the, what was it, environmental factors during the rollout and nose wheel steering and all that sort of stuff. I'm probably not too well qualified. There may be others that can talk more about that. But it seemed alright. Then again, I don't remember it being particularly bad. This is a nice bit of custom freeware here, Glenorchy. I really should get down here more often. Anyway, we'll park it. I'll park it over here somewhere. Folks, thanks for your company. Another video, always appreciated. And until we next meet, you stay well, enjoy your simming, and bye for now.